Hello and welcome to India Today. This is Anita Brito in conversation with Shanaya and Adarsh. Hello guys, how are you?
Hi.
We're very well. How are you?
Very good. When I saw the trailer, it reminded me of one film that I watched in 2020. That is The Pool. It's a Thai film. And somewhere it reminded me of that. I want to understand from both of you. Is it officially a remake of that film? Or
They bought the rights.
is.
It's an official adaptation.
It's official adaptation, but of course we've had our own fun with it, and Bijoy sir has a way of creating his on-screen visuals. You can see it's incredible, and the whole premises of our film is Mumbai based, and you see this fun side. No one's talking about that also. I mean, there are two different worlds coming and making this collab together, through Instagram from Nala Supara, from a girl from South Bombay. That is completely a fresh take and very exciting take. I think it's just about these two people also meeting from two different worlds, which is also a very important aspect of our film. It isn't just the survival thriller aspect. We've had our fun with it as well. It's like a collab fully gone wrong, and I don't think that was there in the
No, it's been contextualized to Mumbai, and it's also given Bijoy and us as actors an opportunity to explore like very different sides of these characters. Like Nala Sopara is a region that I feel like is very underrepresented in films, and even when you see a South Bombay character, it's often like associated with a particular snooty kind of a human being. But I feel like this story kind of subverts that completely, the notion of what you have about these two characters, and then puts them in a situation which makes the entire film the film.
Yeah.
But did you all watch the original? Did you watch The Pool to get a bit of a reference or to understand?
No.
I never saw it.
Yeah, we both never saw it. I saw the trailer, but that's about it. I didn't see the film.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you have made Nala Supara now famous. Like, sabko pata tha, but ab to it's on the map, I think, for finally.
Well, I hope so.
That Nala Supara.
It deserves to be on the map.
Yeah.
It's
Of
such a
course it
beautiful
does,
place.
yeah.
I went there and I remember I was in the east side, and Shakespeare Bhai और Gravity जो वहाँ पे Nala Supara के rappers हैं, they took me on this tekadi. So we just climbed a hill for like half an hour, 40 minutes, sat on top of a hill.
Amazing.
And you could see as far as the Golden Pagoda, which is near
Really? You can
Borivali.
see from there?
From Nala Supara. You can even see the sea link from there. So the hill was really high up basically. Yeah. It's beautiful, just greenery everywhere.
Shanaya, did you manage to go there and
I just
didn't
sent her
go-
explore a
photos.
bit?
I sent her photos.
I
told
didn't
her.
go there. This was part of his personal prep that he was doing for his character and finding his character. So I think at that time, doing my own bit. But we shot in such beautiful places all around Mumbai, and some of the locations we've kind of shown in the trailer. I don't know if you remember. There's a back shot of us on top of the terrace.
sitting up.
That's Govandi.
Yeah, that's Govandi, which was I have a big fear of heights, so sitting there I was freaking out. But the view and that feeling, that energy, it was incredible.
Even
it was.
Worli village when we went and in the morning where I pushed.
Oh yeah,
I
with
scare
the
you
boats.
with the boats.
Yeah,
That was such a beautiful
that was
location.
it was crazy locations, and it was all around Mumbai. So I mean, for as an actor also, it was exciting for me. Also, we were exploring every side possible. We had like this fun guerrilla shoot also, where we went on
the local train.
a local train. So that was also exciting. So all this has been shown in the film. So it's like, it was a lot of fun to shoot, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
I think that's the best part of being an actor. You get away with your fear as well. You
Yeah.
overcome your fear.
Yeah.
You do a lot of exciting things. So that's the best part of being an actor.
Yeah.
Shana, I will begin with you. Before working on this project with Adarsh, had you seen his work? What was your first? Give me your honest first reaction about Adarsh. What was your impression about him?
I mean, of
Be
course.
careful.
No, on a serious note, I of course I'd seen his work. I mean, everyone has, and I was excited. I'd kind of heard a little bit about him through my friend Ananya, because they had done a project together, Kho Gaye, which was also such an insane film that he's been a part of. So I was really looking forward to it, and looking forward to getting to know him and to see how it's going to be working with him on set. I mean, I knew that there was going to be a lot to learn and a lot to feed off from, and at the first day and I met him, he was already in character, in the costume of the character, and I was like, wow, this is going to be like a fun ride with him, and it genuinely was.
You said this in another interview as well. Which costume was I in?
You were wearing this, I remember, yellow mixed with blue mixed with red, kind of like a jacket with like these baggy shorts.
Oh, I got it
and
from
a
Gopika.
T-shirt. Yeah. You were wearing, I think, probably the film, but I know it's not how you usually dress.
Okay.
So that was, I remember that,
Oh, yes.
that visual very clearly in my
Yes,
head. So I know that was the first day. So yeah, I mean, I was just, of course, looking forward to it.
And while working, what did you learn about him? Something different from what your first impression was?
No, nothing different from my first impression, but genuinely, I think the first week, I would say there was just I felt very comfortable with him. I felt like I didn't have to like put on something, there was no formality, and sometimes it takes me a little bit to like kind of become myself and become just chill and comfortable and easy, and not trying to like make that friendship happen. It just was happening, and it just was organically happening. And I think it's because also he's just so easygoing. He didn't treat me also like, okay, I'm this newcomer, and he is this senior and very critically acclaimed actor. I think that also really like calmed the whole energy down. He spoke to me like as an equal, and I think that also just broke a lot of my little tension and stress. You always feel that, especially when you're just starting out. So it's just who he is as a person, and that just helped with all our scenes. And yeah.
Adarsh, what about you? What was your first impression of Shanaya?
I'm still processing what she's spoken about me, because she's never said all this to me. But,
yeah, because I mean, it would be weird if I sit down and I say this to you. But now that she was asking, I was like,
yeah, I would definitely
going
think
back
you're
into
strange
yeah.
if you would say all this to me.
Yeah, and I didn't want to make it awkward, obviously. But now, we're way past that.
Yeah,
Now there's no way you're getting awkward.
yes, not at all.
Not at all.
My first impression about Shanaya was that her smile is completely opposite to what otherwise you see her, because she's got such a childlike innocence about her smile that it completely disarms you. And one of the first thoughts of me about Shanaya was that it doesn't take much for her to be happy. And I'm very envious of such people who can find these little pockets of happiness in very tiny, insignificant, mundane things that you're like, isme khush hone wali kaun si baat hai? But actually, I feel like those are the kind of people who live longer, because you have to learn how to do that in life, and I don't know if she's doing it consciously or subconsciously, but I would constantly be very fascinated by Shanaya's approach on life. Yeah, a lot to learn.
Amazing. She also mentioned that you're one of those actors who are always critically acclaimed for all your work. All your work, you have won praises from the audiences. People love your work. But unfortunately, it doesn't translate in that box office success, where we numbers. Does that bother you somewhere? And are you now chasing box office numbers?
No, it doesn't bother me at all, actually. I never became an actor to become a movie star. I became an actor because I genuinely enjoyed playing and understanding the psychology of different human beings, and then putting myself in that position and then fully experiencing it. I had never ever in my life imagined that I would be where I am today. I was very prepared to be in it for the long haul. I did not expect to have a breakthrough like White Tiger and for my life to change completely. But having said that, I do feel like all my films that I've done have mostly been on OTT, with the exception of Superboys of Malegaon and Brook.
Yeah.
I'm talking about projects where I've led the projects. After Superboys of Malegaon, I did realize that it was important for me to do a film that reaches more number of people than who already know me. So there's a certain section of the audience that has been following my work with all my OTT releases, but there is the huger section of the audience that doesn't know who I am, the masses.
Yeah.
And I felt like this film gave me the perfect opportunity to reach out to those masses, to be like, hey man, I'm here and this is who I am, this is the work that I've done and this is, what I can do. So I hope that this film will be watched by a much wider audience than most of my films have been watched by. And then to use this privilege, whatever will come off this film, I hope that it's really good, to use this power to then sanction all those scripts and films that have been lying without a producer being confident about them, because they're too experimental, maybe because they're there's something off about them, but those are the kind of things that I want to actually do. So then use this commercial power to get those things.
Yeah. But in the end, that's what numbers drive the film or the producers or the directors to come
exactly.
on board.
I mean, it really helps your cause when you're part of a film that's being kind of widely consumed by people, and even better if it makes money.
Right, absolutely. Shanaya, your first film, again, you were loved, you got good response. It was a mixed response, but your performance received very good responses. Did that affect you anywhere? How did you take that feedback, and what have you learned from that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I actually just spoke about this just half an hour ago. We were chatting about it. For me, I think it was a big moment just to see myself on the big screen. So I was really soaking that in, and I was really focusing on that it's happened and I'm here sitting in a theater and I'm watching myself on the big screen and it's crazy what's going on. So I didn't want to let go of that moment, because that's a very, very special moment, especially for an actor, for their first film. It's like you finally your journey started and it's like your baby. And I wanted to focus on that. And of course, you want audiences to go and watch your film. I am that kind of an actor. I want the audience's love. I want their acceptance, and I want the theater to be full. I don't want space in the theater for my films, That is the dream. And but when it didn't happen, I didn't, for that especially, cause it was my first film, cause it took a little bit of time to get there for that movie to come out. I was focusing just on that. I was just blown away with that, and I was blown away, like you said, with people showing that love. The people who did see the film and did watch it. That really gave me a lot of motivation to focus on to this, because I was shooting for this at the time that the film released. So I didn't take it too much to my heart. I wanted to focus on to this and give this then all I've got, and keep hoping. That's you have to have that hope. You can't let that die out. So.
But did that change the way you now select films or see films or scripts that come your way? Has anywhere it has altered the way you want to now take your career ahead?
No, I don't think it's altered my way, because I think that when I read AKG, it's what I felt connected to. It was an instinct. It's what my heart there was a feeling that I had with that script, and that's what I want to keep going on with. When I read a script or when I go for a narration, am I feeling connected, and is this what I'm feeling? Is this my first instinct, your gut instinct? I always want to go with that. I don't want that to change, and I want to keep taking risks, having fun and exploring. I think that side of me, I never want that to die out. I always want to explore. I always want to try new things and take that risk.
Amazing. You both come from two different backgrounds. Shanaya, what is your mantra of survival in the industry, being an insider? And Adarsh, what is your idea of survival being in the industry as an outsider? Whoever wants to begin first.
I think, I don't know about survival, because I'm not really thinking like that. I'm just thinking about the kind of films that I want to do and the kind of stories that I want to be a part of. And I feel like as long as I'm doing it for the most personal reasons, I'm okay with that. I live with that. I just don't want myself to get corrupted in any way. I hope that I can always operate with such clarity of thought like I have till today. and I'm here for the long haul. I'm not here to become a movie star tomorrow, and I don't have those hopes. My only hope is that I continue getting good characters, people that I can have fun with characters, and yeah, just enjoy this because I chose to do this, over everything else that I could have done, over music, over finance, my finance degree that I have. I chose this because this genuinely gives me a lot of happiness and satisfaction. So my only hope is that I can do it for as long as it continues to serve me, and then the day it doesn't, I won't do it anymore.
Okay. Shanaya?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, there's no survival. It's such an exciting time to be part of the movies. Everyone's back in the theater. Everyone's creating such different kinds of projects. So, I mean, I'm just enjoying the ride. I think what I always tell myself is to focus on your craft, put your head down, keep doing the work, and good things will happen. And it's your journey. Don't compare it to anyone else's. And the universe has the plans already set for you. And I always believe, I really strongly believe that, especially in our industry. It's your destiny, and there's things that are in your control, there are things that are not, and what's in your control is that you can keep working hard. What the other things are just not, so why bother on that? So I just focus on what I can do as an actor, and that's just having a good time, which is also really important, and working on myself.
You're the third or fourth person in last 1 week who's told me this. It's all written.
Yeah.
No matter what you do,
I believe
you can't.
that.
Yeah. You're the fourth person who's told me this in the last.
I really believe that. I really believe that it's you can make your plans, but the plan's already written for you.
हमारी कहानी लिखी है. Absolutely. In this social media era, opinions form very instantly. How do you see yourself when you're being judged by clips हो गया, reels हो गया, headlines हो गया, instead of your full performances? When you're judged, how do you feel that?
I mean, listen, when you are an actor, you're kind of putting yourself out there to be judged and to have like a million opinions on, and you need to be ready for that mentally. I can't be feeling like, oh my God, why is everybody giving an opinion? Because that's what I'm doing.
You signed up for it.
Yeah, I'm essentially signing up for it, right? So what I can do is that I make sure that what I do, I do it with so much conviction and so much honesty, and do it with so much truth that I don't give people a reason to be like, what is he doing? But if it's still happening, I would question myself, and I'd be like, okay, if this is what people are feeling, then there is a valid reason for it, and then reflect.
Shanaya?
Yeah, I think similar to what Adarsh said. I mean, see, we are here for I'm here. That's what I believe. That I'm here for the audience's acceptance, and if the audience is giving their feedback and they are giving, showing you ways of where you can improve and what you need to work on, that's what you owe to them, right? As an actor, to listen and to believe that, okay, this is where I can obviously work on, and everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and it's important to know that, and then just take it on your stride and work on it. That's about it.
Arijit ने अभी अपना रिटायरमेंट अनाउंसमेंट किया था. He is taking a step back. क्या कहना चाहेंगे? Do you think इंडस्ट्री के लिए सबसे बड़ा सेटबैक है?
मैं अरिजीत सिंह को तब से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ जब वो फेम गुरुकुल में कंटेस्टेंट थे. जब जावेद साहब और ईला अरुण ये सब जजेस थे, पद्मा वाडकर उनकी टीचर थी, और तब से अरिजीत सिंह वो एक ऐसा आदमी था जिनका, एंड आई एम श्योर बहुत लोगों का उन्होंने अटेंशन तभी पकड़ लिया था, और फिर उसके बाद मैंने शायद पहली बार उनको सुना दिल्ली 6 या एक वो फिल्म आई थी सचिन जोशी की, सनी लियोनी के साथ, कभी जो बादल बरसे उन्होंने गाया था उसमें. दैट वाज व्हेन आई वाज लाइक, दिस इज द सेम गाय हु वाज ऑन फेम गुरुकुल. आई हैव बीन a massive fan of not just him as a singer but also him as a human being. He's one guy who doesn't care about being in Mumbai to stay relevant, to be in the news constantly. वो मुर्शिदाबाद में जाके एक्टिवा पे घूमते हैं अपने, वहाँ पे उन्होंने एक घर बना लिया है अपना, जो उनका पुराना गाँव है, और वहीं पे रहते हैं. Ed Sheeran also, when he came to India, he had to go to Murshidabad to meet Arijit Singh. So that's so inspiring, just to be able to live your life like that on your own terms with so much courage and conviction. That is inspiring, man. more power to him. Complete respect for his decision. I'm sure he has a reason, but I'll always be rooting for him, and I'll always support him in whatever he does. And I hope that someday I get to meet him and tell him how much he means to me.
All right.